we'll work through the different ball flights. So one of the things that I was with a group of kids yesterday that I help at Fox Hills, and talking about this very thing about making sure that you vary up your practice. And in golf, there's 9 ball flights. There's the high draw, low draw, medium draw, high fade, medium fade, low fade, and high straight, medium straight, low straight. And I said to them, which one would be the easiest to hit? Of course, they go, oh, medium straight, which we know it isn't. So what I try to get them to do when they're practicing is to mark themselves. So you call a shape. So Lydia, for you, you're going to hit a low fade. The way you'd mark it would be, and it's only playful for yourself, but it just gets you being more creative before you go out on the golf course. If you hit the right shape, it's a tick. If you hit the right ball flight, it's a tick. So low fade, if she hits it low and fades, it's 2 ticks. So if you're going to hit all 9 shots, you could have a potential of 18 ticks. Wow. So we're going to judge you out the 2 ticks for this one. So low fade, and we're going to go towards the blue flag.
Okay.
Just talk us through how you go about hitting this shape.
So instantly we've got into off the left a bit of breeze. So I'm going to start it at the post, hopefully, post left of the blue flag. Okay. Ball position is obviously going to be in the back of the stance, which is going to create the trajectory that we want. And now I'm a feel player, so I'm trying to feel that club head slightly opening through impact. Okay. Because there are other options. You can set up at address to create that ball fight. So my feet are aiming and my body is aiming at that white post. Yeah. With the club face a fraction open to where I'm aiming. Okay. Yeah. And then I'm just going to try and hold these positions through impact.
There you go. Beautiful. Nice work. Okay, so I am someone, much like Lydia, I like to play with feels. And so one of the points that I'd like to make here is when you're hitting the draw, who here has been taught you aim the feet and your body where you want it to set out, you aim the club face where you want it to finish, and then you swing along the line of your feet? Who here thinks that's how we hit the perfect shape?
I've been taught that way.
Yeah, some pros at the back as well saying that. Well, now we understand that it doesn't quite work that way, because the face will dictate about 85%, not that that matters, but mostly where the ball will set out. So if we aim the face at the target where we want to finish, and then we set up to hit the draw, it will set out at the target and miss the target left of it, which then makes you think, well, how can we manage all these years to make that work? Because as a kid, I learned the same way. We find a way to adapt because it's not a science after all. So feel plays such a big part of it, yeah? So as much as we know that to hit the draw, the club face has to be aiming actually slightly right of the target because we want it to set out right at the target. And as long as the path is further to the right than the face, then it has to put that spin on it. And that in reality is as simple as being able to shake the ball either way, isn't it? We all know for the guys who slice it, and the reason it's such a pain, and there's that sort of groundbreaking moment for you as you improve with the game. If we slice it and we get in a hole where there's trouble on the right-hand side, and we get fearful of the trouble on the right-hand side, what does that make us want to do with our swing? It makes us want to swing further away from the trouble, which actually creates more path to the left, and the gap between where the face is aiming and where the path is going, if that gets bigger, the shape gets bigger, more balls in the water. What a horrible sport. What a horrible sport. But that's the cruel nature of this game. So with the draw, I try and feel, as much as yes, I want the path that way and I need it to be right of the face, I like to feel a little bit more like I throw the club and release it around my shoulder so I feel like I finish low. And the same way it would feel if you're trying to draw it, you'd kind of feel that way, wouldn't you? You'd kind of throw it out there and feel it turning over like that. That's the sort of sensation I get when I try and draw it. Just for the record, I am retired. Right.
No pressure.
No. I got this.
Nice. Got a little bit of snow on that as well.
Thank you. Have a great day, folks. So there you go. That's the high draw. So I think in essence what I'm trying to say is that the reality of how you shape the ball is wherever the face is, and if that's pointing down the fairway, the draw has to have the club moving this way, the fade has to have the club moving this way. And that's great for if we're trying to shape it, but also in understanding our bad shots. Because if the ball's setting out fairly straight and slicing, what would that tell us? It would tell us that our path is just a little bit this way. But if you're on the grass, sticking a couple of pegs in, so you put a line down a club, through the ball, on your target line, a couple of pegs in, about sort of, I don't know, 6 inches on one side of the ball, 6 inches on the other, push it all the way down to the ground. Use those as your guidelines of what is a straight line. Because inevitably, if it's going this way, the divots are going to be too far left, and on that way through, you're going to feel like the club's whipping inside that tee peg. Just gives you a rough idea about keeping your path a little bit straighter, which in the end will help straighten out those shots as well.